gang till I die, ho. Swooped up the homies and we about to start a sideshow.
Look at this right here. Let's say 401k, right? Let's say you make $60,000 a year. Okay? Per year. All right? Employer matches 100% up to 5%. Okay? So 5% of that is going to be $3,000. Okay? That's $3,000 you put into your 401k every year, and your employer matches all $3,000. Okay? You just got a free 100% return on your money that year. Okay? All right? So think about that. All right? Amazon matches 4%. Okay, so a lot of people do that. But just for example, okay? You're getting a guaranteed 100% return on your money before any investing happens. All right? So let's say the market goes up average of 7% that year. You're literally 100% return before you even make. Now, you're making 7% return on that $6,000, all right? On top of that, this is pre-tax. So this comes out of your paycheck. You're not taxed on this. So the taxable amount on your paycheck is after this $3,000 is out. So you're actually paying less in taxes overall and putting it into that, okay? All right? So I want you to look at this, all right? Now, that's a guaranteed 100%. So this is pre-tax as well, okay? Now, this is where I personally split off from most people, okay? Because I don't necessarily think that maxing out your 401k is the smartest decision, especially if you can take that money and put it in an IRA otherwise, all right? So, why do I say that, all right? Here's the issue. Management fees. Okay? Management fees. If your company, okay, your company makes a deal with a brokerage, okay, or management account, okay, account, they get a kickback, all right? If you are paying more than 1% annually, you are getting screwed. Okay? If you're paying more than 0.5%, you're getting screwed. Now, why do I say this? This is a compounding management fee. You may look open when your company says, "Oh yeah, we're offering you through John Hancock," for example, right? And you look through at the plans they have, and they say, "Well, we average 7 or 8% per year." Well, that sounds great, but they have 0.25% for this fee, 0.5% for this fee, 0.25% for this fee, 1% for this fee, and it adds up to 1.5%. This compounds annually, and the higher you go on management fees, the more chunk they take over time. I've seen management fees at the 2.5% range, which most people would say, well, only 2.5% to manage my money. That sounds great. They don't understand that these fees compound, and they lose 30 to 40% of their 401k over the course of their life. Okay, 30 to 40%, and then on top of that, you're going to get hit with your tax at the end, not including even more penalty if you pull your money out before 65, if you have an emergency, right? On top of that, okay, depending on where our government politics are 20, 30 years down the road, if we start putting more social programs into place, and this isn't a conversation about whether or not more social programs are good or bad or not. That's a whole different discussion. If it does happen, they have to get the money from somewhere. And a lot of times that money comes from investment. Okay? A lot of times it will be capital gains tax. It will be, capital gains tax, it will be inheritance tax, it will be every type of tax when it comes to this. So there could be an increase on the amount of taxes you pay on your 401ks coming out 20, 30 years down the road. So now let's say you take those 4 things and combine, you could lose 60%, 50 to 60% of your entire 401k by the time you pull it out. All right, I know this is boring for some of you guys, but just give me one more second because this is very important for a couple people. This might actually help some people out. All right, so in my opinion, what I prefer to do if I was in this situation was put in only up to what my employer matches in 401k because a guaranteed 100% return, okay? Then max out your HSA. A lot of people in here don't even know what HSA is. That is tax exempt. It rolls over, and your employer matches 100% a lot of times, okay? 100% match, okay? Okay? HSA is one of the greatest hidden things that you could get. I did a YouTube video about it as well, and why it's one of the most important things you get. Then, max out IRA. That's how I would do it if I was with an employer that did this. I would max out my 401k match, not put anything over more than that, then do IRA because then the taxes come out before you put it in and you don't have to pay that at the back end, and then your HSA as well. Those 3 things right there are setting yourself up for a fat retirement if you play your cards right. But if you guys do have an employer that has a 401k, you need, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart, you guys need to go back to your HR, get the pamphlet or whatever book they give you regarding the whatever 401k you have, and look at those management fees. That is where you get absolutely bent over and destroyed on, are the management fees. You can lose literally 30 to 40% of your retirement off of management fees.